Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, here we go on this Tuesday morning, everybody. Hopefully it's starting off well for you. And I tell you what, I've had to really rev up the weather computer today. We've got a lot of new data coming in, and most of it has to do with rain opportunities as we go through this work week and, well, even into this upcoming weekend as well. So important information I'll be passing along. And again, we may even be talking about another fairly significant cold front about 9 or 10 days on down the road as well. More on that. But we do, in fact, actually have a cold front today moving through the area. Believe it or not, this one is not going to have a lot of oomph with it, but it may give us an opportunity of some showers as we go through the day. Some increase in cloud cover as well. Temperatures for highs will be in the mid 70s, but for the evening commute behind the front, it will be a cooler northerly wind, and temperatures will be easing down into the 60s. So not a big chill down by late afternoon and this evening, but again, we'll just call it a touch cooler compared to where we will be through most of the afternoon. These were your morning lows. You can probably see where the front was up in our far northern counties. Take a look at the Bowie area. They were down to 54. Meanwhile, it's a pretty decent temperature divide here. The Metroplex, we were in the lower to mid 60s. Across most of North Texas, it's pretty humid out there. It's pretty balmy out there this morning. And simply put, even going into the afternoon, that is the way it will stay. And with daytime highs in the 70s, the humidity around, it's going to be a pretty, we'll just call it balmy afternoon as well. Behind the front, though, there's a lot of low gray stratus cloud cover. There's even some fog being reported now up in parts of Oklahoma. And as we go through the late evening into the overnight, that will actually be our forecast here in North Texas as well. Again, a lot of cloud cover building in, some fog around, and overnight tonight and through parts of tomorrow, Wednesday, there will also be at least a better opportunity of some showers in the area as well. We'll talk about that coming up. But let's also talk about this front, because I tell you what, as it comes in, the good news is, especially for this time of year, we can get some fronts with a little bit more in the way of a bite to it. Right now, the good news is the bulk of the really cold air is going to stay well to the north. The front's just going to kind of wobble in with not a lot of energy here in North Texas. But look to the north. I mean, in northern Oklahoma, up into parts of Kansas, we've got locations up there this morning in the teens. So there's some really cold air in the area. But again, simply put, that really cold stuff is just not going to make its way into North Texas. So the cloud cover thickens up today. Again, by late afternoon, there could be a couple showers as the front moves through the area. Right now, we'll call that about a 20% opportunity. But then by late evening into the overnight, you see there's going to be a better opportunity. It's about a 40% opportunity overnight. Scattered showers around, even as we go through tomorrow, Wednesday, will not be a washout, will not be just a wave of rain, but scattered showers will be around, even lingering into parts of Thursday. On Thursday, a lot of the activity begins to lift off to the north into Oklahoma. Right now, it appears as though Friday is going to be a generally dry day, and then as this weather maker begins to come out in two pieces as we go through the remainder of the work week, by this upcoming Saturday, the secondary piece of this weather maker will be coming through. You see it right there, that on Saturday, there may be a more likely opportunity of some rain in the area. And by the way, on Saturday, could even be some moderately heavy rain in the area as well. So at least through the work week here, future rainfall projections, everything remains pretty light, right? In the rain gauge through the work week, rainfall totals, they're not going to amount to a whole lot, right? A few locations, maybe a couple hundredths of an inch, right? A couple tenths of an inch. But then as we get into this upcoming Saturday, you see the blue being drawn in, and that's when we may have a better opportunity of in the rain gauge amounts, a quarter, maybe a half an inch. Again, some locations maybe even picking up an inch as well. So not a big time rainfall, but again, this time of year, this is typically when we need to start getting some rain before we move into the drier months of January and parts of February. So here's your evening. Again, behind the front, not a dramatic chill down, but temperatures easing into the 60s. It will be a cooler northerly wind. And again, at least through the evening hours, we'll call it a 20% opportunity of a few showers around. Here's your daytime highs, generally mid to even a few mid upper 70s. So it'll be warm. It will be balmy out there. Again, rain probabilities through the afternoon, right around 20% again for most locations. And then overnight, kind of a region divided, if you will, a little bit chillier off to the north. Again, a lot of us in the 60s for overnight lows. We'll do more in the way of 70s even for tomorrow. Again, keep in mind scattered showers, and tomorrow does appear to be a fairly cloudy day around the area as well. So highs in the 70s over the next several days. We'll cool things down a touch on Friday. Here comes the next weather maker for this upcoming Saturday. Moderate, maybe even some moderately heavy rain around, and then there may be a stronger front arriving by the middle parts of next week, knocking our temperatures below normal.